circular?
Well, I'm larger and I have linear DNA.
Whatever. There's nothing special about that. Because I'm not tied down with a nucleus or membrane-bound organelles.
Well, at least I'm not lonely because I have a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles.
Yeah. I do what I want when I want because I have no cytoskeleton, so I'm more flexible.
Well, I'm more stable with the cytoskeleton, and I can move by a flagella or cilia.
Whatever. I also divide by binary fission. Let me show you how. Binary fission is a type of division that takes place without the formation of spindles. The single DNA molecule first replicates, then attaches each copy to a different part of the cell membrane. When the cell begins to pull apart, the replicate and original chromosomes are separated. The consequence of this asexual method of reproduction is that all the cells are genetically equal and have the same genetic material. They are twinsies.
Well, at least I have variety when I divide by meiosis, and my somatic cells divide by mitosis. Let me tell you about my life story. During my time as an interphase infant, I grew up in G1, duplicated my DNA in S, and grew up and prepared to divide in G2. Mitosis begins with prophase, in which my chromatin become chromosomes and my spindle fibers appear. In metaphase, my chromosomes lined up at the metaphase plate, which is like my belly button, right in the middle. In anaphase, my chromosomes separate and move toward opposite poles of myself. In telophase, my cell separates, either by a cleavage furrow or a new cell plate. To make sure everything is all set and ready to go, my cell cycle has built-in checkpoints. At these checkpoints during G1 and G2, cyclin and CDKs regulate my life cycle.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, pro! Wait, I brought backup.
Animal cells and plant cells contain similar organelles. For example, the rough ER that produces proteins to be exported out of the cell by ribosomes. On the other hand, the smooth ER controls synthesis of lipids and oils and detoxifies drugs. The Golgi apparatus acts as the UPS for the cells and packages and sends molecules. The nuclear envelope encloses DNA and has nuclear pores for regulation. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell by generating ATP. Plasma membrane regulates the passage of molecules in and out of the cytoplasm. And lastly, vesicles and vacuoles are the storage units for nutrients of the cell. Animals are different from plant cells because they do not have a cell wall, and they contain lysosomes, which digest unnecessary molecules in the cell. Plant cells, on the other hand, have chloroplasts that generate ATP through photosynthesis. The chloroplast contains stroma, grana, and thylakoids.
These are types of endocytosis. Phagocytosis. Pinocytosis.
Exocytosis! We are the phospholipid bilayer. This is my phospholipid head that is hydrophilic.
And these are the hydrophobic tails.
If I have a fatty acid tail that is unsaturated, I can be more flexible.
And if I have cholesterol, I'm also more flexible.
Diffusion is the passive transport of molecules from a high concentration to a low concentration without using energy. But active transport uses integral proteins and energy, like the sodium-potassium pump, to transport from a low concentration to a high concentration. Like that. Solution concentrations of a cell. This is hypertonic. This is isotonic. This is hypotonic. And it explodes into this. The end. I guess.
Shut up on your stash.
Hey, Allie, why don't you tell your joke?
What was it again?
I mustache.
I must ask you a question, but I'll shave it for later.